Hello everyone and welcome back to the Frugal Studios. We got a great episode for you today. We're going to be talking all things Wisconsin Fishing Expo. We're going to be reviewing the seminars, some of the exhibitors, and we actually have the show's first guest interview today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode of Co-Angler's Corner. Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Co-Angler's Corner, brought to you by Olson Home Theater. I'm Russell Olson. The Wisconsin Fishing Expo. What can you say? It's really the first big weekend of my year. I always look forward to it, always look forward to the seminars, look forward to seeing what's new and see if there's any good deals, which I haven't found any major deals on tackle there in the last several years, but it's always nice to check that out. I have people always talk to. Speaking of the exhibitors, of course, I always make a little stop at Pro Tour Baits. They've got a lot of great plastics at a great price. The one thing this year, I was still stocked up on a lot of the stuff. But I did find some jigs that they carry. It's some actually some unique color skirts I picked up. It's they, like I said, they've always got great deals every year. A lot of there's a lot of the same exhibitors, but it was nice talking to them. They have the hallway with the kayak stuff, which is not really my thing, but it was quite interesting. They had some of those kayaks. The guys sometimes really rig those out big time, even like the mini or manual power poles on them. I saw one there at the show that had rigged for fishing. It had LED lights on it, and it was $3,000. That kind of blew me away. But like I said, I know that some of these kayaks are decked out pretty nicely. Obviously, went through the boats they have there, of course. They had just about all the brands there. They have a tracker has a kind of a retro bass tracker. I thought was kind of cool. One of the dealers there had is actually a 2017 Skeeter that for whatever reason they haven't sold, but that thing is nice. It could be just because it didn't have power poles and it didn't have the fish finders and trolling motor included, but it was definitely a nice boat. Like I said, I got to see some friends I see there every year. Actually, one of my good friends from up north, Mike, came down. He was checking out the show, and they're actually having a show he's running up in Wausau this weekend. So that should be interesting for him. That's really about it as far as the exhibitors and stuff. Seminars were outstanding. The seminars I checked out both days, Jonathan Van Dam and Mark Menendez were there. One of my big takeaways from, especially from Mark Menendez's seminar, he did one of the ones he did was on crankbait. He talked about actually putting a dot on the side of the crankbait, kind of something for the fish to concentrate on. Just give them something else to get them to react and bite it. Jonathan Van Dam's seminar, one of the ones he did was on smallmouth. He talked about various techniques. He talked about how he won the Elite Series event several years back on Green Bay. It was just, and both those guys are just the nicest guys ever. Matter of fact, as I was saying at the top of the show, we actually have our first guest interview on the show. Jonathan Van Dam was nice enough to take a few moments with us and talk about kind of how he got his start. Gave a little bit of advice, and it was a great interview. Like I said, he's a great guy. Matter of fact, I am actually going to go ahead and give you guys that interview right now. Hello everyone, I'm here at the Madison Fishing Expo, actually Wisconsin Fishing Expo now it's called, but I'm here with one of the top bass fishing pros in the nation, Mr. Jonathan Van Dam.
How's it going?
Good.
Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time out. I just want to ask you a couple quick questions.
Sure.
First of all, how did you get your start? Did you start out as a co-angler? How long were you doing that? What did it take for you to move up and get your own boat and progress?
I started, at first fishing around home locally with just some friends. I was fortunate. I had access to a boat, but it was small, so it wasn't one you could go fish many of these big tournaments in. And I really wanted to. I really wanted to go to some of these bigger bodies of water and fish these places. So what I did was I signed up as a co-angler in a couple of different events. I did some BFLs as a co-angler to start with, and then this was years ago when the Elite Series used to have co-anglers. I traveled with my uncle to a couple of them and fished as a co-angler there. It was a great opportunity to learn about some of these bigger bodies of water, some of these different places, get to see some cool areas and just fish places that you normally wouldn't because your boat wasn't big enough to fish it. So that was the situation I was in, and I learned a lot from that. And eventually, when I was able to get my own boat that was big enough to be able to go to some of these big bodies of water down south and some of the Great Lakes and stuff, then at that point I at least had some sort of education on it, so that really helped me for sure. Awesome.
So what advice would you have for co-anglers as far as what they need to do while they're a co-angler? Any advice for them, for any co-anglers looking to move up, get their own boat and things like that?
I would say the biggest thing is trying to learn as much as possible. So the great thing about the being a co-angler is you get to fish with different anglers. So you'll learn different things from each one of them, but paying attention to what they miss, or throwing just a little bit different bait or something like that will help you as far as catching more fish, as a co-angler. And then, some cases guys get lucky enough where they're able to win a boat or something, fishing as a co-angler. That's an awesome thing, an awesome opportunity. But otherwise, there's some really great used boats out there that you can buy. My family's owned a dealership for 30 years, and I've sold a lot of them and been in a lot of them. So, just don't be afraid to, do whatever you can to if you're wanting to excel yourself to get to that next level of fishing, whatever you can at the time. You don't have to have a $100,000 bass boat. You don't need a $50,000 brand new nitro. You know what I mean? Whatever you can get that will help you just kind of get to that next level and be able to learn as much as possible. And then eventually down the road when you're able, then you can take advantage of some of those great boats out there.
Awesome. That's some great advice. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Well, do you have anyone you want to give a shout out to? Any sponsors? Anyone you want to mention?
No, we're out here in Wisconsin. At the Wisconsin Fishing Expo. It was my first time out here. I couldn't do what I do without my sponsors. So all of them, Lure Lock, Shimano, Strike King, G Loomis, Nitro, Bass Pro Shops. They all help me do what I can, be able to do what I love and make a living doing it. So, I'm very grateful for all of them, for all my fans and my family, just, for all the support over the years. So it's been a crazy, I think this is my 10th year fishing professionally. And this year, especially with the new Bass Pro Tour, Major League Fishing, it's very exciting times, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you for taking the time out, bud. I really appreciate it, and good luck on the season.
I appreciate it. It was good to meet you.
Thank you. Likewise.
Welcome back to the Frugal Muse Studios. That was a really great interview with Jonathan Van Dam. I really enjoyed speaking with him. Guys like him that come into the Wisconsin Fishing Expo, that's one of the main draws for me, because I like learning from them. I'm always looking to pick up some new ideas. Usually I pick up little tidbits, here and there. If you're within a reasonable distance to be able to make the trip, I would really suggest going to the Wisconsin Fishing Expo. See, it used to be called Madison Fishing Expo, and now it's called Wisconsin. I'm still getting used to it being called Wisconsin Fishing Expo. Anyway, if you can make the trip, do it, because the seminars they bring in, even the exhibitors, talking with the other fishermen, it's really a great time. Friday night, there's usually not a whole lot going on. I personally enjoy, so I really don't go the Friday night, but I definitely suggest going Saturday and Sunday if you can make a weekend of it, because especially the seminars, the guys usually do seminars on different topics each day. So like I said, if you can make a weekend of it, do it. That'll be it for this episode. I'd like to thank Jonathan Van Dam again for the interview. I thought it was a really great interview for the first guest interview for the show. And if you like the show, hit like, subscribe, hit the notification so you can keep up to date when I post a new show. If you got some comments, show ideas, anything you'd like to see me talk about, feel free to post it in the comments. And have a good and safe fishing season this year.